Hi friends, this is Raja. Welcome to Coder's Companion. The topic that I am going to cover in this video is built-in string functions. This is a series of videos on Python programming for beginners. And for more videos, you can visit my channel Coder's Companion or click on my playlist links. Video links are also given in the description. Before moving on to the video, I would recommend you to subscribe my channel so that you get the notification each time I publish a new video. Let's get started. These are the subtopics in working with string. In this video, I am going to cover the last topic, built-in string functions. In Python, there are numerous built-in functions available with string object. I will cover most of the built-in string function in this video. Open Python interactive shell. I am creating a variable txt of string type. I am using a string with mixed combination of uppercase and lowercase letters. Let's apply our built-in string functions and see the output. txt.capitalize. This function converts first letter of entire string to uppercase and all the other letters to lowercase. txt.title. This function converts first letter of each word to uppercase and all the other letters to lowercase. txt.lower. It converts all the letters to lowercase. txt.upper. It converts all the letters to uppercase. txt.swapcase. This function converts lowercase letters to uppercase and uppercase letters to lowercase. Now let's see some string functions which returns boolean values true or false as output. Isalnum. The isalnum function returns true if the string has only alphanumeric characters. Alphanumeric characters comprise of alphabets A to Z, lower and uppercase letters, and numbers 0 to 9. If the string contains any characters other than alphanumeric, then it will return false. In this example, txt is equal to alphanum123. txt.isalnum will return true because the string contains only alphabets and numbers. Now in this example, the variable txt has special characters. txt.isalnum will return false because the string contains characters other than alphabets and numbers. Isalpha. The isalpha function returns true if the string has only alphabets A to Z, lower and uppercase letters. If the string contains any characters other than alphabets, then it will return false. In this example, txt is equal to alphabets. txt.isalpha function will return true because the string contains only alphabets. And now txt is equal to alpha123 and txt.isalpha will return false because the string contains characters other than alphabets. Islower. The islower function returns true if all the characters are in lowercase, otherwise false. In this example, txt is equal to hello123 and txt_islower will return true because the string contains all the characters in lowercase. Numbers, symbols and spaces are not checked, only alphabet characters. In next example, txt is equal to hello world and txt.islower will return false because the string contains some uppercase letters. Isupper. Isupper function returns true if all the characters are in uppercase, otherwise false. Here txt is equal to hello world and txt.isupper will return false because the string contains some lowercase letters. Here again numbers, symbols and spaces are not checked, only alphabet characters. In next example, txt is equal to hello world. txt.isupper will return true because the string contains all letters in uppercase. Let's see some string functions which return integer values as output. Count. It returns the number of times a specified value occurs in a string. For example, I am using a string hello universe. I want to find the number of occurrence of the letter E. I am using the command txt.count of E, and it will return 3 as output. Let's take another example. Here I am using the command txt.count of E, 1, 5. I am passing two additional arguments. Second argument is the start index and third argument is the end index. The count function will return the number of times the value E occurs from the start index 1 to end index 5. So the output is 1 because there is only one E present within the range. In this example, txt.count of E, 6. Here the second argument is the start index and there is no third argument. So it takes end index as end of string. There are two E present within the range, so the output will be 2. Find and index function. Both find and index searches the string for a specified value and returns the index position of where it was found. Both these functions return the same output. We will see the difference between find and index in a while. Let's see this with an example. I am assigning a string hello universe to the variable txt. I want to find the index position of the letter E. txt.find of E will return 1. There are 3 E present in hello universe. It returns the index of first occurrence of E from left to right. The index position of first E is 1, so the output is 1. Similarly, txt.index of E will also return 1, same as txt.find of E. If the value does not exist in txt, then find will return -1 as output, but index will throw an error. Let's take a scenario txt.find of q. The value q does not exist in txt. This function will return -1 as output. But when we use txt.index of q, then it will throw value error. So this is the difference between find and index function. Let's take another example. Here I am using a command txt.find of E, 0, 12. I am passing two additional arguments, same as the count function. Second argument is the start index and third argument is the end index. The find function will return the index of first occurrence of E within the start index 0 to 12 and the output is 1. Similarly, txt.index of E, 0, 12 will also return the same output 1. Now I am using the command txt.find of E, 6. Here the second argument is the start index and there is no third argument. So it takes end index as end of string. It returns the index of first occurrence of E within the range and the output is 10. Similarly, txt.index of E, 6 will also return the same output 10. Now let's see the function rfind and rindex. Both rfind and rindex are same as find and index function respectively. These functions searches the specified value in the string from right to left and returns the index position, whereas find and index will return the index position from left to right. Let's take the same example. The command txt.rfind of E will return the index position of first occurrence of E from right to left. So the output will be 13. Similarly, txt.rindex of E will also return 13. The command txt.rfind of E, 5, 12 will return the index position of first occurrence of E from right to left within the start index 5 and end index 12. So the output will be 10. Similarly, txt.rindex of E, 5, 12 will also return 10. Let's see some built-in string functions to split and join the string. Partition. The partition function searches for a specified value and splits the string into a tuple containing 3 elements. Let's understand this with an example. I am creating a variable txt is equal to break the sentence into 3 parts. In second line, I am passing a string sentence to the partition function. It searches the specified string and splits the input string into a tuple with 3 elements. The first element contains the part before the specified string. The second element contains the specified string itself. The third element contains the part after the specified string. If the specified value is not found, still the partition function will return a tuple with 3 elements. For example, I am passing a string xyz to the partition function. The specified string is not present, still it returns a tuple with 3 elements. The first element contains the whole string. Second element is an empty string. And third element is also an empty string. If the specified value occurs more than once in a string, the partition function splits the string by the first occurrence of the value. For example, I have a string, if you can dream it, you can do it. Now I am passing a string, you can, to the partition function. The string, you can, occurs twice in this string. It splits the string into 3 elements by the first occurrence of you can. In the output, first element is if, second element is you can, third element is dream it, you can do it. Rpartition function. Let's take the same example. Here instead of partition, I am using rpartition. Rpartition function searches for the first occurrence of you can from right to left and splits the string into a tuple with 3 elements. In the output, first element is if you can dream it, second element is you can, third element is do it. Suppose I am passing a value which is not found in the string, still the rpartition function will return a tuple with 3 elements. For example, I am passing a string xyz which is not present in the string. It returns a tuple with 3 elements. First element contains an empty string, second element contains an empty string, third element contains the entire string. Split function. The split function is used to split a string into a list of strings based on a delimiter. For example, I am using a string txt is equal to welcome to string function. When I run the command txt.split, the output is list of string welcome to string function. Here white space is the default delimiter, so it splits the string wherever a white space is found. We can also pass an optional delimiter as an argument to split function. In this example, I have a string txt is equal to apple hash banana hash cherry hash orange, and I want to split the string by hash. Let's run the command txt.split of hash. I am passing hash as an argument to the split function. Now you can see in the output that it splits the string by hash. We can also pass another optional argument called maxsplit. It is an integer, specifies how many splits to do. Now let's take the same example, txt.split of hash, 2. I am just adding another argument 2 to the split function. In the output, it splits the string 2 times as max split value is 2, and the third hash remains as it is. Rsplit function. It is same as split function. It splits a string into a list, but starting from right to left. Let's take the same example. Here instead of split, I am using rsplit, and the output is same. But when I pass the second argument 2 to rsplit function, it splits the string 2 times from right to left. Join. The join function takes all the items in an iterable and join them into one string. For example, I have a list with a set of string welcome to string function. I want to join all the elements from the list to a string using a separator. Here I am using a white space as separator followed by a dot and join function. An iterable is passed as an argument to join function. It is a required argument. And the output is a string, welcome to string function. In this example, I am using hyphen as delimiter instead of white space. And in the output, all the items from list is concatenated by hyphen. Let's see some built-in string functions to perform string alignment. Center. It returns a center aligned string. It accepts an integer as argument. For example, I have a variable txt is equal to Python. In second line, I am using txt.center of 20. Length of Python is 6. So 20 minus 6 is equal to 14. It leaves 7 spaces left side and 7 spaces right side. In case if I use txt.center of 19, then it will leave 7 spaces left side and 6 spaces right side. Suppose instead of using spaces for center alignment, I want to use some characters, let's say hyphen. In that case, we can pass the character as second argument. For example, in this line I am passing second argument hyphen to center function. And in the output, the spaces are replaced by hyphen. Ljust. The ljust function will left align the string. It accepts an integer as argument. Let's take the same example. Now I am using txt.ljust of 20 instead of txt.center of 20. So in the output, it prints Python and leaves 14 spaces right side as length of Python is 6. Here I am passing hyphen as second argument. So in the output, it prints Python followed by 14 hyphen instead of space. Rjust. The rjust function will right align the string. It accepts an integer as argument. I am using the command txt.rjust of 20. So it leaves 14 spaces left side and prints the text Python. Now adding the second argument hyphen, in the output it prints 14 hyphen followed by text Python. Let's see some built-in functions to manipulate string. Replace. Replace function is used to find a specified substring in a string and replace the substring with a new string. Let's see this with an example. I am creating a variable txt is equal to I like cake. I am using replace function with two arguments on txt. First argument is the value I want to find and second argument is the value I want to replace. I want to replace cake with apple from the string. Here I am reassigning the output to txt so that txt is modified. So the output will be I like apple. Let's take another example. Here in this string there are some set of words like bat, mat, cat, etc. I want to replace cat with dog from the string. There are 4 cat in the string. And in the output you can see that all the cat replaced with dog. Replace function can have an optional third argument, count. It is an integer specifying how many values you want to replace. In this example, I am passing the third argument count is equal to 2. And in the output, it replaces the first 2 occurrence of cat to dog because count is equal to 2. Third and fourth cat are not replaced. Strip. The strip function removes leading and trailing spaces. For example, here I have a string with text Python with leading and trailing spaces. When I apply the strip function to the string, now in the output the leading and trailing spaces are removed. Strip function can have an optional argument of string type. It removes any leading and trailing characters instead of spaces. For example, here I have a string with text Python with leading and trailing characters. Let's say like G. txt.strip of G will remove the leading and trailing G and the output is Python. Suppose that I have a string and I want to remove a set of leading and trailing characters. For example, Here I have a string Python with mixed combination of leading and trailing characters. Let's say like A, G, R, S. txt.strip of A, G, R, S will remove the leading and trailing characters A, G, R and S, and the output will be Python. lstrip. lstrip function removes the leading spaces only. For example, here the string has both leading and trailing spaces, but txt.lstrip will remove only the leading spaces and trailing spaces remains as it is. We can also use the optional argument in lstrip. It removes any leading characters mentioned as argument. For example, here I have a string with text Python with leading and trailing characters, let's say like G. txt.lstrip of G will remove the leading G, but the trailing G remains as it is. rstrip. rstrip function removes the trailing spaces only. For example, this string has both leading and trailing spaces, but txt.rstrip will remove only the trailing spaces and leading spaces remains as it is. We can also use the optional arguments in rstrip, same as lstrip function. It removes the trailing characters mentioned as argument. zfill. zfill function fills the string with a specified number of zeros at the beginning. For example, I have a string Python, length of Python is 6. zfill of 10 will fill 10 minus 6 is equal to 4 zeros. Chaining string functions. We can use multiple string functions in a single statement, concatenating each functions using a dot. For example, I have an input string like this, and I want to remove special characters from the string and convert the string as a title and center align the string enclosed by hyphens. Let me create a string welcome to Python enclosed by some special characters. First, let me remove special characters using strip function and title function to change the string as a title, followed by center function to center align the string enclosed by hyphens. So I am chaining multiple string function in a single statement. Now we get our desired output. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, please click on the like button, share the link to your friends, and for any questions and comments, feel free to post it in the comment box. And don't forget to subscribe my channel so that you get the notification each time I publish a new video. My upcoming videos will be on working with list. See you in next video.